So it's about time we gave a bit of a recap from the Clark Brothers trip to NZ. So it was over Christmas time. I'm in Singapore, flew down for the annual Clark Shindig down in little old Tasmania there. There's everyone having a good time. And what we like to do at Clark Shindig is light fires generally and smash piss. And as my pops always told me, if you're not lighting a fire, you should be smashing piss. So we did a bit of that. Dad lit a fire, and look at that, bloody beautiful. Alright, getting a bit out of hand. So we jumped on a plane, went over to Auckland, see what's going on over there, have a look at these blokes, and eat a bit of the local food.
Let's have a bit of a Kiwi big breakfast. Eggs. Bit of a strawberry jam. And a couple of sabs. Nice.
We both agreed that the food was pretty grouse and the local Maoris weren't as dangerous as we first made out to think. So with thoughts of road trips on our mind, went and picked a tent up and thought we'd check out the local wildlife on the way. So after proving that morning that Kiwi birds do in fact fly, it was time to hit the road again for the next stage of our journey. We hopped on the bus with the locals and got our supplies ready for what was going to be a hell of a party, bringing in the new year at Northern Base. And we were prepared to show these Kiwis how a couple of Tassie mad dogs have a rip-roaring time.
So this is your time at the festival. My name is Esther and it's going to be my last song. I'm just going to ask...
Pretty good. It's pretty fucking good.
So without sparing you all the details, there's two things you do at a festival. You either stand in a paddock or you stand on some wood chips next to a paddock. Meanwhile, you've got to walk around bouncing your head so everyone knows what a damn good time you're having. While you're doing this, you sink as much piss as humanly possible without pissing yourself. Then you pack up camp and get the fuck out because it's time to head off for a few days in the sun with your new friends up at the beach house in Whangarei.
For the New Zealand road trip, we met some guys at the festival, come back to their beach house and just given us surfboard, so we're going for a surf. There's a roll on the beach, beautiful sunny day, life's good.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody'd be surfing like California. You'd see them wearing their baggies, Warachi sandals too, a bushy blonde hairdo, surfing USA. You'll catch them surfing at Nell, Ventura County line.
After some great NZ hospitality at Whangarei Heads from Alec and his mum, they thought it would be good for us to head up to Paihia and have a look. So we hit the road again.
Here we are in Korokoro, on our way to Paihia. Just jumped into Subi after a 30-second flag down. Dean, a mountain biker from Australia, Melbourne. Good bloke.
Korokoro was a lovely place, a real quaint little town. And as much as we'd have liked to stick around and sample some of Gary's homebrewed 7-year-old gin, we thought we'd better keep our eyes on the prize and get to Paihia. Upon arriving in Paihia, we thought we'd better do a couple of mainies and show everyone that the Tasmanian boys were in town and we weren't going to take shit off anybody. No one really seemed to take any notice, so Felix thought we should do a few tricks and show these Kiwis something they hadn't seen. Once the dust had settled, we took a couple of photos for the crowds of applauding locals, and then Felix got this great footage of his front tyre going down a gravel road. That brought us to Haruru Falls, and after all the action, it was time to strip off and get cool under the waterfall.
Testing one. Go 1, 2, 3, 4.
When we get home, we play some deep. When it's free up, we go to river and swim. When we go fishing, we catching a brim. When the river's high, we jump off the bridge. When we get home, we play some deep.
Call me Wally, this where I'm at. I wear my NRL baseball cap. Let 'em out of my team if you know what I mean. To be the captain, that's my dream.
My name is Keith from McKenna Street. I walk on stilts to beat the beat. When the crow's here, I shake a leg. This is my rhyme.
So after staring death in the face under the waterfall, we got back out and headed up the street for an icy pole. Felix shows you how much fun you can have with 60 cents. I'm not sure what else to say about this part of the trip. We were in the Bay of Islands, and whilst one of the local Maori lads invited us to his mum's caravan to pull some dots, we thought we'd better get out and have a look around. We loaded up a couple of surf skis with a few supplies and headed out into the unknown.
Here we are, Sunday the 4th of January, embarking on our kayaking adventure.
Rachel, a legend from the UK, ended up jumping in with us, and we spent the next 3 days cruising around the island, swimming and having a general good time.
Daniel was a good man, born in the wrong year, stole to feed his children, they sent him out to sea, they put him in a sick ship, the belly of a whale, they sent him out with devils, they served him up in jail. In a strange land, like it landed on the moon, left alone with cruel hands, and they were poking at his wounds with yo, heave ho, they sent him down south with yo, heave ho.
So I learned a few things on this road trip. Number one, never underestimate the power of a cold six-pack in luring a thirsty NZ local into giving you a ride anywhere in a car. 2, don't walk into a pool hall and put the money on the first table you see, because you might end up playing some local Maori gang members and they're not too keen on you leaving. And 3, no matter what you do, no matter where you let your mind go and try and distract yourself, you can never ever get comfortable in a fucking sea kayak. I recommend anyone thinking of doing a trip like this, cut your legs off and leave them at home. Anyway, cheers for watching. Thanks to all the legends that made us such a good trip along the way. Showed us a good time. Hopefully we'll get to come back soon and do it all again. See you later.